Welcome back to Through the Mic. It's me, Gavin, again. Sorry, I ain't posted in a while. It's been kind of hard to, but starting now, I'm going to keep it consistent. Um, but today, we're going to be talking about the Florida Gators. And people want to look at this game and say that, oh, Florida's trash. They just lost to Utah. They had two backup QBs playing. Everything. Okay? Let's also not forget they're ranked 14th, not just because of their quarterback. Okay, let's let's not forget about that. All right, we was unranked. They was predicted to win the whole time, and then now you want to be like, oh, Florida's trash, everything. But as I have looked at this game, watched it over, look at the stats, statistics, I wouldn't sleep on Florida just yet. I'm not saying this because I'm a Florida fan. I'm saying this because the positives that happened. Everybody was wondering what Graham Mertz is going to be like. Graham Mertz, 31 for 44, 70%, 70%, 333 yards, a touchdown, and an interception that wasn't his fault. Hit the receivers in the hands, bounced up, interception. That is not his fault. So basically zero. I'm giving that to the receiver. That's his fault. But I mean, he showed out. He said, new system, everything. I'm gonna play better, and he did. Utah. Florida lost this game because of penalties. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, we only lost because of penalties. No, it's the fact. We had a total of 10 penalties, multiple when we was in the red zone. Our line was in shambles. Our starting center was out, which kind of sucked because it was kind of hard to run the ball with our center out, but we gotta get through it sometimes. But I mean, I really wish he could have played. It could have been a different outcome, but I don't know. The penalties was terrible. Utah only had oh no. So Florida's defense, I love it. They gave up 10 points. Our offense gave up what? 14 because of penalties, the interception. It was like when our offense and like when we made them punt, we made Utah punt, and we had two players on the field with the same number. That's a coaching mistake. Coaches got to be aware. Players also too. That's mainly on the coach, Billy Napier or the special teams coach. So, as a coach, you've got to see that. Also, as a player, shout out to Eugene Wilson, the freshman wide receiver. He's fast. Like he is explosive, shifty. I hope he gets more playing time. I hope he is out there more. Caleb Douglas looked great. I love what we saw from him. Ricky Pearsall started up. He was not looking good. Then the second half, he kind of turned it on. Also, Florida's defense allowed 50 yards in the second half. Yeah. But Utah, let's just look at this. 270 yards total, right? 270 yards total. Graham Mertz had more passing yards than Utah had total yards. So take that and do whatever you want with it. But that kind of proves that these penalties and some of these coaching mistakes is why we lost the game. Players played great. And Florida is a new team with new players and a young team. That game right there let them come together, build up the chemistry, and let them all say, hey, we got to turn it around. I talked to Cam Jackson after that game. Praise for him and his family. His auntie died. Prayers to him and his family. Hate that for him. Talked to him, and he said they're going to turn it around. He said they went in the locker room. He said that Graham Mertz told and gave out a speech saying that it's not over, that they're going to turn up and work their butts off every day and practice to get better. Austin Barber today in the press conference said that the O-line is going to work to get better. Hopefully, our center's back. I can't say his name. I'm not good at pronouncing names. Can't say it. I know it starts with an E, but I can't really say it. Um, Damian George looked terrible. Terrible. And I think when they saw that he was looking terrible, they said, all right, their starting center is out, and he's not looking good. So let's blitz that side. Graham Mertz got sacked 6 times. 6. You can't let that happen. You got to give him more time. Because there were so many plays, if you go back and look, if he literally had 0.5 seconds more or a second more, dude, there was people open. But the O-line cannot protect him. So I hope that's something that they fix, or if they have to put somebody else in for this game. I'd like to see Caden Jones, the freshman. He is ginormous, but I really want to see him go in against McNeese State, see how he does, and if he does better. I know it's McNeese State, it's not comp, but you want to see what he looks like on the field. But man, I mean, this McNeese State game needs to be a statement. They don't need to score a touchdown. I don't think they will, to be honest with you. Let's also talk about the rest of Florida's schedule. McNeese is going to be win. Tennessee. I watched that game. They look beatable. Joe Milton can't read a defense. Their defensive line looked good, but you also can't be like, oh, they look good, this look good, this, because it's Virginia. So they're not going to be able to do a lot what they did against Virginia, against us, or SEC teams in general, maybe Vanderbilt and Kentucky, but yeah. But Joe Milton can't read a defense. That's something I saw. I think we'll stop their run game and have to make them pass, but their D-backs aren't good. Their secondary is terrible. Linebackers are okay. D-line, I'm going to say it's above average because it looked really good in the game, but it's Virginia, so you can't be like, oh, it looked amazing. It's Virginia. Okay. And Virginia's terrible. Okay, let's get that out of the way. But Georgia. Yes, I might sound crazy. They look beatable. And that's a game I see being low scoring because we have a good defense and they have a good defense. But I think what gives us the edge over is our quarterback's better. Yes, I think Graham Mertz is better than Carson Beck. I mean, he struggled against UT Martin. Come on now. UT Martin. I mean, they were starting off slow. Yes, they destroyed them, but they was starting off pretty slow now. Carson Beck wasn't looking like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this. Their run game, they don't have that dominant run, dynamic running back like they've always had. The receivers, they don't have really a dynamic one, except for Brock Bowers. He is tough. They have a good O-line, but that's a game I would love to see. LSU, they look beatable, but I'm saying they're beatable, but I'm also not saying they're not good. These are really talented teams, but I think they can be beat. I think Florida can beat them. Florida State. I don't know. You know, it's week 1. They might have did good there. LSU played terrible, penalties and everything, so you can't be like, oh, yeah, they did it. They looked good. They're going to go up in rankings. They're going to be top 5, but I got to see more into the season because I'll definitely make another video, but I got to see more into the season. But yeah, I think Florida is going to bounce back. I think they would be good. They're going to shock the world, like Jason Marshall Jr. said. I might think I'm crazy, but it's going to happen. But if y'all enjoyed this, make sure y'all like, subscribe. If y'all have not checked out my last video that I made a good while ago, it's going to be up here. And if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right there. So, see ya.